Hello, this is Bern. Welcome to your greatlifetv.com. Today's another edition of Get the Love You Crave, and I'm excited to be sharing with you how to stop feeling in love, how to stop feeling attached to a guy who's bad for you, who's not good for you. I connect with so many women who are intelligent, beautiful, gorgeous, spiritually connected, and despite all their awesomeness, they are still attached to guys who are absolutely horrific for them, for their self-esteem, and for their future. And because it's not just a guy who's coming up and saying, I'm gonna beat you up right now all the time, they have the polar opposite of the guy being really kind and loving and kissing their feet, but the minute they turn around, stabbing them in the back in some way, the hoping that it's gonna get as good as when it is good makes them stay in a shitty, painful situation. So if you find yourself in this situation, if you have a friend who does, send them this video, please. Number one step to break free from this insanity is step outside of your fucking story for a second and witness it as if you were your best friend. If your best friend came to you and said, here's what this guy is doing to me, and shares your story, most likely, if you were not in the story, you would say, holy shit, this guy's an asshole. Or holy shit, this guy has severe mental problems, or has problems that are too deep for you to just figure out between both of you. And you basically tell her to leave him, right? But once you're inside the story, you create this fantasy, this mythology about this guy that prevents you from breaking free. So I want you to take 5 minutes and write down on a piece of paper as many truths the way you see them regarding this guy. For example, you might find yourself writing something like, this is the most incredible connection that I could ever imagine having with someone. The sex is explosive and beyond this world. Our souls, he is my soulmate, or worse, he is my twin flame. Therefore, we have to figure the shit out, because if I don't, then I'll never find someone who loves me as much. Once you write all these things down, if you step back a little bit and just read that thing, you might start creating a little bit of doubt. Because if all those things are true, then it wouldn't be so painful. Right? So if you start bursting a little bit, that bubble you've created, the fucking unicorn and rainbow concept that you have about this guy, and start saying, well, this doesn't really make sense, or this one, maybe it's not so true, you'll start at least, the legs of that table of certainty about the amazingness of this guy are going to start wobbling, and that's good for you. 2, I need you to understand that addiction, obsession, and attachment to a man equal high intensity, but do not equal love. Sometimes at the height of your intensity, at the height of your addiction with a guy, you will feel that it's so intense that the only thing you can think that this thing is, obviously if it's so intense, it's love. But sometimes it has nothing to do with love. Sometimes it's intensity, not love, and you tell yourself that it's love so that you can continue exploring this endless amount of life that you feel you're getting in a dark way through this man. So if you understand that, if you stop telling yourself that you love him so much, that's why you're there, and you start telling yourself, I'm addicted so strongly to this guy, that's why I'm there, that creates dissonance in your body. Because if you choose to stay to a guy that you feel addicted to, and you're consciously aware of it, you're going to start seeing things differently than if you feel, I love him so much, that's why I'm staying. Because as long as you love him so much, that's such a benevolent thing to do. But if you're addicted, you need help, right? Number 3 is future pace. What your life will be like 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. If you stay in a relationship like this, if your self-worth continues to go through the floor, if you continue feeling like abused emotionally or physically, imagine the freaking impact that this will have in the people around you, in your self-esteem, in your capacity to love yourself, your capacity to enjoy life, your capacity to perform at work. And if you see that the future is taking you to a very dark, intense, and fucked up place, it's really a matter of making a new decision. So future pace, and if the future you want is not what you're looking for, say, as painful as it feels right now, I need to decide to end this right now. 4, step number 4, you need to set a new boundary and stop all contact. If you set a new boundary, which is like, don't contact me, don't connect with me, thank you for being in my life, but I'm out, and you really enforce it. At the beginning, you feel like a heroin addict feels when they're no longer able to go and inject themselves with heroin. You're gonna feel withdrawals. You're gonna feel like the world is ending. You're gonna feel like, oh my God, what have I done? The worst is from my life. As you let that be waned away, as you let that burn through, especially if you combine it with friendship, if you combine it with exercise, if you combine it with awesomeness in your life, then that feeling of intensity of withdrawal will start feeling less and less intense. It has to come. You have to experience it. There's no fucking going around it, but you can have it now, or you can have it 10 years from now after you've wasted the best years of your life. Okay, number 5 is feel the void with light. This guy used to create a lot of intensity in you. It used to create a lot of drama, but drama is intensity. He used to create a lot of, a lot of significance. He would tell you how beautiful you are and how amazing you are and how he feels you in his bones when he's away from you. Like all that shit he used to tell you and you used to feel and believe, right, needs to be replaced with something else. Because if you let that void be filled with nothing, you will go back to the same thing you were at before. It's not gonna last. You have to replace the void with light. You have to find new activities, new missions, new problems to solve, and new friends, or better friends, or just be with your own friends if they are good for you, so that you can come back into your own body and stop the nonsense that's been going in your mind. The 6th one, which I didn't mention at the beginning because some of you will say, well, I want to do this shit on my own. If you want to do this on your own, all the power to you. For most people, if you're in a situation that's pretty intense, you need to get help. Obviously, part of what I do is helping women create the results they want. I'm not a fit for everyone, so I'm not saying this to sell you on anything. I'm telling you right now that most human beings who are in an addictive situation, if they don't get help, they will probably stay stuck for a lot longer than they would, or they may stay stuck forever. So get some help, get professional help to end the cycle of bullshit that you've been on and get sober, emotionally speaking, and create the kind of life you want. It's possible to get everything you want in love, but the price to pay sometimes is letting go of something that's not good for you. Rumi said it best when he said, 1,000 half-loves must be forsaken to take one whole heart home. Take one whole heart home is my message. If you find this is useful, insightful, powerful in any way, I want you to do 3 things. I want you to click like on my video, subscribe to my channel, and on the description of this video or somewhere on your screen, a pop-up will show up that allows you to sign up to a webinar that will share with you how you can find your soulmate in a lot less time and with a lot less pain than you can think of. Thank you so much for connecting with me. As always, I challenge you to live a full and a conscious life.